everyone. This is a great Friday night over. We are having the first Paladins of the Roundtable event for the first time, episode 1. And what it will be about, we will do a free talk and discussion over updates, news, achieved milestones. We will introduce the partner or chat with our another special guest. Like, this should be really dedicated for the people that are around the Tyra Hub and we work with. And I think should be a great time to listen. So be sure that you are grabbing some snacks, having a drink, and we will start right away with the team of a baby, as we had no collaboration or AMA yet. But I found that project thanks to our partner Moni, and I think it will be a great time to introduce. So guys, let's start. Maybe just drop a word like on your position, what you're doing in the baby, and we will slowly move from there.
Sure. Matt, do you want to take a brief introduction about the project?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
So the name is BBBY, and I know that some people ask me what the hell does that mean, BBBY, but that's actually a ticker from Bad Beyond stock. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys here are familiar with stocks and Wall Street Bets stocks, but Bad Beyond is the most popular viral stock right now. So we firstly started it as a meme coin, as a hype coin. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. And after that, it developed into a cause token because I'm not sure if you guys know, but today Jake is having a meeting with the corporate team of Bad Beyond, which is $1 billion company in Washington DC. So we're gonna offer them some great deals. We're gonna offer them to help their laid off employees and all that. So we're right now not just a meme coin token, but we're here to make some change.
Great, like that sounds amazing, guys. Like, when did you start, and how it's going so far?
Well, we started about 2 weeks ago. So today we hit another all-time high of 80K or something. But right now there were some sales, so right now we're sitting at the floor of 50K or 60K. I'm not sure at the moment. So yeah. Firstly, we wanted to make it a stealth launch. You know, not to tell a lot of people, just maybe a dozen of them. But it went crazy. People word to word, mouth to mouth, and it got insane. In the launch, we had 140 members. So that was insane. We didn't even plan to do marketing, and on the voice chat at the day of launch, we had 140 participants or something. So we had insane by pressure, and that's how it went. And right now we're just developing, and we got a meeting scheduled for tonight. It's probably the biggest meeting on the BSC that we're gonna have, because my partnership with $1 billion company will blow us up.
Yeah, it can take definitely a totally different turn there. You know, it can be, if you manage to get a partnership by them or a tweet or anything like that, we'll see what Jake is going to be able to work out with them. But this can be something that is going to be tremendously big. And no matter what happens, regardless of whatever happens, we will continue to work on this project, hammer that foundation. And just as Jake said there, this project probably started as a meme coin. He's honest. And, we quickly saw that it took a totally different turn by the community. We have such an amazing community out there that are putting extreme dedication and effort by every single one of them. And that's freaking amazing to see that what you can do with a superior and a strong community, you can achieve pretty much anything out there. And when it comes to the marketing thing, we also, we had the approach with getting a logo for everybody to feel united as a, team. Nobody's out of, if either you're a team member or you're part of the community, everybody's equal. And, we are trying to create that old school BSC vibes. That's pretty much what we're trying to do, getting on these AMAs and represent our project as good as we can.
Right. Like, that was the main point, like, why I kind of reached out, because we know that Moni is kind of passionate about the community, right? And like, what did I spot right away? That this is like the major point. And like, to be honest, I'm not that in love with memes or such, but the way you're like making it work, it simply differs. So like, this is what I was looking for, guys. So you told me that you launched via Stealth. Maybe let's talk about like what products you wanna have or launch, and like I've seen in your chat that you are trying to make this differentiation from the meme to actually a project that is kind of full, legitimate over the space. So how you do this?
Actually, hey, if I could interject for one moment, Matt and Moni, I didn't even have a chance to tell them this before because I'm Jake, by the way. I'm the one that has the meeting tonight. And Matt, Moni, I can go ahead and spill the beans right here. So part of the project is, of course, a coin with a cause. That's why we're stepping away from just being a meme coin. As Matt said, we started as just a hype following the BBB short squeeze, but as what's happening is COVID has destroyed and hurt everyone from you, me, anybody else to billion-dollar companies as well. And BBBY is filing for a restructuring, and they're closing many stores, thousands of workers out of job. So that's what we are doing, is trying to raise funds for these people that are about to be unemployed, because the American unemployment system is a joke. I just wanted to throw in there, while we're talking, literally 2 minutes ago, I did get an email from BBBY Corporate referring to the meeting tonight and verifying me being there. And I also got a response from my local circuit court system. I am a small business owner that I have for a few years now. It wasn't anything big. Just literally, I've been in construction and stuff in the past, and I opened a small business for collecting scrap metal, and people will either donate that and sell it for cash, or I can turn it in and it can go towards charities. So I just got the confirmation using my EIN number here in America that I just got the forms for people that want to donate directly and don't even want to be part of the direct investment. They just want to put the money into helping the people that are unemployed. I got the form now, guys, that we can fill it out for those that want the tax deduction, just want to donate towards the cause to help the unemployed people that are losing their jobs due to this. So it just happened. I just got an email while we're talking, so I just want to let you know we're good to go on that aspect. So anybody who wants to just be a straight donator, we can help them with that, including Bed Bath & Beyond themselves.
Yeah, and it's exactly as you say there, Jake. If you have the meeting with them, which is going to happen quite soon, the thing is that if we manage to work out something that is aligned towards the BBY's interest and towards something that they want to have, that's definitely going to be a partnership here, because then we show them that we are serious about what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve here, and we want it to be as good as we can for them as well, considering the market conditions and everything that has been going around with the thing. Yeah, so I mean, that's why it's so crucial for us to do this as a good thing.
Right. So
absolutely.
So like, your motto over in a baby is to kind of distribute the wealth, or better redistribute, right? So how you want to achieve that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, sure. I was asking that your motto over in baby is or I'm seeing that like all of the times when I'm in the chat that you wanna redistribute the wealth from the people to the poor ones or such. So I wanted to ask, like, what ways you are going to achieve that?
No, the thing is that Bed Bath & Beyond as a company has laid off and fired a lot of employees. So, because of all the stock thing and because of hedge funds and stuff like that. So what we want to do is give some crypto back to the laid off people, and get Bed Bath & Beyond company themselves in board with us. So if they help us, they help their laid off employees, which would make a great PR for them.
Right, great.
The long short of it, though, too, what they were interested in this is Matt. He did. If I don't mind to put you on front there, Matt, but he worked on the marketing for SafeMoon, and to get this second meeting, during my first meeting, the gentleman knew of SafeMoon, saw the billboards in New York City Times Square, and realized the potential behind this. Bed Bath & Beyond as a company, they are looking for ways to restructure their debt. And what was so appealing to them that we want to give back as individuals. We know what it's like to, struggle day to day. And know that people that have worked for the company for years are about to be laid off simply because they're closing the stores. We want to help those people as an individual. And Bed Bath & Beyond likes the idea because here in America, if you are donating money as a corporation to a cause or a charity, even your own employees, you can write off debt $2 to $1, $3 to $1 because it's a charitable cause. So even though they're billions in debt, they can triple their productivity towards writing off that debt as a charitable cause. So it's not about direct profit. It's about helping everyone and them, into the future, if that makes sense.
Great. I mean, that was a great introduction to a baby. And guys, just briefly, let's end up this part of the talk, like what events are on the horizon, and we'll move to our partner chain collection. So John, be ready, and we'll move to the chain collection in short.
Well, tonight, we've been promoting this for a while. I am going this evening. This is my second meeting. So I went to the first meeting with Bed Bath & Beyond. I just happened, and again, we'll go back to being completely transparent and honest. We started this as the meme hype. It's a meme stock, Bed Bath & Beyond, like AMC. GameStop was the first one. We fall into that same, general meme stock crowd. So we were riding the hype originally. But then this past weekend, the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond fell to his death out of his New York apartment building. And it was also released of the restructuring, and it's called Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's not actually a bankrupt like you're done as a business. It's a way of filing for a restructuring of the entire company, which does involve, even though they're still a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, it's a way to put their debt on hold as they restructure for the future. So instead of just, collapsing, they're just restructuring into a model that is going to be sufficient in the future, that will include closing a lot of stores that aren't as profitable as others, so they can rearrange where funds are going and make the locations that are profitable more profitable, in the hopes that a couple years down the line, they get to reopen the stores that were closed and go from there. So it's a twofold thing that we want to help those that are losing their jobs currently to sustain themselves until they get future help or a future job. And also, Bed Bath & Beyond, I've done the statistical analysis myself. The average shopper overall at Bed Bath & Beyond is a 40-year-old plus female. And they have a lot of people that are in charge that are in the same age range. And cryptocurrency is new and scary and unknown to them. There are other meme stocks such as AMC, even Tesla, Weber, are other ones that are adopting cryptocurrency to the mainstream. And we want to show Bed Bath & Beyond, and that's what, got the eyebrows raised on their side. Once cryptocurrency is a possibility for the future, that's going to bring 2 more generations of people just for the fact they will be able to accept it in the long run. So right now, the goal is to help those that need it. And 2 to 4 years, if they want to adopt cryptocurrency, we already have a team of 500 ready to go. They don't have to spend any money to create a cryptocurrency. Right. We're there for them already.
Just to narrow it down, just block the events, just dates if you got, so we just know where to focus around, and we need to move, right?
Oh, tonight. So I'm going tonight, 9:30 EST. So literally about 7 hours from now is my second meeting with the head of their PR team. So the way it's been worded to me is don't expect immediate response. This is going to be an official action. So, and it's the weekend as well. Even if everything goes absolutely 100% according to plan and they want to adopt us, it's going to take upwards just to even get the first few tweets out, 72 to 96 hours, just to go through they have to vote and go through their channels as well, because this is official. So they can't just, throw something up there. There's a lot of things that could happen. Like, it's a crazy amount of people that have to keep in, to consider during this. So tonight is my meeting. I will keep our team posted on the Telegram as things unfold. But 96 hours to 30 days is going to be it's going to be exciting time.
So thank you, Jake. Thank you to the team also from the baby. And right now we'll move to the chain collection with whom we've recently partnered with. We got a CEO, John, over here. And so we will try to cooperate on the edition 2 of the NFTs, as it will be multi-drop. And Chain Collection is a multi-chain NFT marketplace. And so basically we have a large team that is backing up the whole development, dedicated to bringing the newest and best solutions for its users. So John, welcome over here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's exciting.
Great, John. I mean, at the start, could you just drop a few words on your position, on what the chain collection really is in the core, and we will try to focus a bit of the details. I know just in brief, but let's try to introduce, as I'm intrigued to be bringing you here tonight and talk about the chain collection.
Yeah, sure. Well, chain collection is part of an ecosystem, but chain collection itself is multi-chain marketplace with BSC thematic. We built this so that it's extremely user friendly. You just click off a button. It takes the time it takes for, say, MetaMask to approve your change of chain to actually be on one or the other. And it's no manual for this, so we have used some time to manage this, but now we have pretty much everything in place. We haven't launched thematic yet, but we will do that very soon. And after launch of those 3 chains, we're going to add more chains as we go. But when we have launched these 3 chains, we're going to have a summit in our metaverse. When I say that, we don't have an actual metaverse yet, but we have the conference hall and the summit there. And it will be like this, like we do here. Ask questions. It's a lot of audience, but they are not able to ask questions. So it will be like an interview. And that will be with the projects that are listing their NFTs on our marketplace. And the reason we do it there is so that those projects are able to do what I do now, present their project and their NFTs, its use case, all of those things. And we will cut it in segments, and we will put it on YouTube, put it on a website, so people can come back and see what the utilities of those NFTs are. So,
right, you are saying listed NFTs, and that you got already up the BSC portion. Is it right?
Yeah, on Monday we will go live with the BSC. It's live today. It just needed some tweaking, but on Monday it's live. So then we'll start putting the project we already have partnerships with. So they will start listing from Monday.
Yeah. Cool. What projects you're looking to put up on your marketplace? Like, if you know some, just drop a few names.
Yeah, Burb will be there. Baby Swap, Futa will be there. Yeah, that's those I have on top of my head. I'm not the one working with that, but yeah, those
cool.
Anyway.
Right, and like, Like if I was a listener right now and maybe was a creator of wait, I'm just gonna mute Matt. Creator of the NFTs, like what features you are offering to people that are listed on the chain collection? Like what's the difference the chain collection to other marketplaces?
Oh, we have a lot of differences. Well, we build this with investors and projects in mind. First of all, it's extremely user friendly. Second of all, if you have 500 C tokens, we have a token connected with our marketplace. If you have 500 C tokens, you do absolutely everything for free on the marketplace. The only thing you pay is the gas fee. We have in a 2 weeks time, when everything is ready, we have an auction site, we have an INO, but the auction site is what is extremely exciting for me anyway, personally, because like the guys from BBBY that was speaking before me here, we are doing things in the real world. This auction site is mainly only for charity auctions and football clubs from Europe, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, stuff like that. We'll have them sell their NFTs on our marketplace, and they will be able to donate that to a charity of their choosing, as long as it involves children. And I strongly believe that we, as a crypto projects, we need to do stuff in the real world. We can't just be in this bubble, because the more good we do out there, the better name we give for the whole crypto space. And also we show that we can be trusted, we are reliable. We're not a bunch of crooks in here that only deals with
yeah, correct.
But that's the general perception, right? Crypto is scary. It's difficult to understand, and it's when it hits the media, it's not positive. It's always something negative. And when something ends up in media and always are negative, well, then we are a bunch of crooks, all of us. And I've been doing business in real life for, I don't know, 35 years, give or take, 30 years. So, 30 years. I'm 49, so 30 years. But this space is, you can transfer some of that into this space, but then again, I can see that we have some issues that we need to take care of, and that's why we're building this ecosystem so that we can do things in the world. We have a football project, we have this chain collection, a multi-chain marketplace,
right?
And we're building a metaverse like everyone else, but we're actually building a metaverse though, not just a game.
Yeah, like that sounds good. And to me, I think guys from F.A.T.E, Phoenix, and also others could agree that this is a podcast material. Like these ideas we share here, right? We share here together. So I think we should do something together by the end of the week. But to narrow it again down, John, let's try to stick on the events. And like if I was a listener, what should I look for in the upcoming days or weeks regarding the chain collection, and what will be ongoing regarding to events?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry that I get a little excited when I'm talking about this.
Cool.
But, cool. But yeah. Well, next week we will have BSC Live. We will come with ETH and Matic. I assume I talked to the developers today, and it will be ready within 2 weeks. And when all of this tree is out, we're going to have our summit, as I said, like an interview with all the projects. Then after that, we will then start with the auction and the INO. So that's the next 2-3 weeks with this project.
Cool. Thank you, John. Now we'll move to House of the Dragon. So KJM gets ready, and we already hosted the on the AMA collaboration. And just to remind, House of the Dragon is a token that is based on the TV series House of the Dragon that recently came alive. You were talking about the NFT staking, play to earn game. So KJM, you got the word. Feel free to drop your updates, and we'll move from there.
Hey Ellen, hey everybody, excellent, thanks. Well, what a great podcast so far. What a great conversation. Matt, Moni, Jake, and John's been excellent listening to everyone. There's a great amount of people in here. It's such a great place to be able to spread ideas. So yeah, I'm KJM from the House of the Dragon. You might have seen now that the House of Dragon token has been around and the advertisements has been pushing out there. And yeah, where we're at now with the NFTs and now the second time being able to come in here and carry on the conversation, it's, you know what, it's a fantastic place, but it's also an interesting place and one for a story or a conversation, because we're almost like stagnant in a sense of like you've got a buoyant piece of material that's in the water and it's just buoying around. What we did, Ellen, when we predicted to say that this is going to be a crypto hype is to just predict, you know. So there's a lot of people, a lot of tokens right now with a similar kind of genre with House of the Dragon. And we're all sitting in the same kind of stagnant water waiting for this to merge from, you know, a real world hype, a Twitter hype over into the crypto space. And so what we've been able to do there is to, I think, gather time. Of course, you've got a lot of people that's going to move out of there into the next thing launching. Right now, you know, tomorrow, the next day, there's so many things launching. It's a different type of investor. But as a team and as like a project, what we've been able to do and when to really specify on the NFTs is to like onboard an NFT artist within our own core team and then produce them within ourselves. And they are fantastic, but it's also given us the ability to be fluid, dynamic, and so flexible when it comes to it. And not only that, saving money on your marketing budget. So now we've got a range of NFTs, which are based on the characters of House of Dragon TV show, which are really cool in their form. And they're going to be able to be stakeable to be able to have an APY. But of course, there's no point launching the NFTs when there's no one, you know, to buy them. So what we're at right now is we're at episode 4, which launches on Sunday. And there's going to be 10 episodes of the House of the Dragon season 1. And so that's like another 6 episodes for things to heighten up. And of course, one thing that we are looking at, and we have been banking on it, I think a lot of other teams are as well, is a tweet from Elon Musk. And of course, banking your project on a tweet from Elon Musk is crazy. But of course, it's crazy to pay such types of marketing in the kind of space that we're in now. So it's not so mad when you really compare. But he has got an open involvement in the House of Dragon. He has got an open interest in the Games of Thrones. And he does multiple, you know, tweet about this TV series he has done in the past. So it's nothing crazy to say that he won't. So yeah, I think a lot of people now are waiting for the next step to come from the real world to the crypto world. And that's what we were looking at, this legacy hype type of token. Like, what is a hype? You know, we've seen hypes move all the time, but what is a hype? So now we're at a point as a team to say, what is all of these things that we predicted and when is it coming? What are we going to do about it? But what it has given us, Elon, is a time to be able to sit back and actually then, you know, kind of like do it yourself. And I think a lot of people, you know, have got the skills themselves. Everyone can do so many things, but I think when there's a lot of pressure around you, it's hard to be able to do that. So once that pressure was taken off, I think as a team, that's been fantastic. And I'm really excited that we can now, you know, have an NFT artist that's within our core team to be able to move in any direction we want and have like hands-on, you know, direct conversation with this person, as opposed to, you know, exchanging fees for work and moving in a, you know, more of a freelance base. So yeah, the update from House of the Dragon token is that the NFTs are made, ready to expand. We're just waiting for the House of Dragon to become a hype in the crypto.
Right, and like we are talking about the hype, but still, you are creating the utility, and also regarding to
Yeah.
play to earn game. Like maybe let's try to touch on like the looks of the NFTs. So like what supply there's gonna be regarding the NFTs, and like any ideas regarding the staking and like what the format's gonna be. So they will lock them for some fixed time, or you know that.
You know, I want to, I really wanted to like unravel the concept, but the concepts, I guess, is not unique, but I would be unique in this trend. So I can't, and a lot of team members have had different conversations to what we should do. We've actually all held back on revealing the concept of what the NFTs are like. I can't reveal. But when it comes to how they're going to be, distributed with the APY, that's going to be based on a different rarity. And you're going to be able to then, stake those depending on which ones. But when it comes to the play to earn too, that was always the forward thinking motion. So let's say like what Dash Hound was one of the recent tokens. Elon Musk posted something to do with Dash Hounds. It wasn't directly related to a Dash Hound, but the Dash Hound token did a 60 to 100x pretty quick. And that like boosted a lot of energy into a token that had been stagnant for some time, days, if not close to months, 10 days for a long period. Yeah. So like, of course, you can have these ideas to do a play to earn, and you can try to develop those, but you can also, oversink yourself. If you put too much weight in your boat, you're gonna sink. So I think you have to be kind of clear. And if for some reason the crypto space decides not to create that hype, then we have to create the utility that's going to be able to represent the longevity of it. So what's great about this is that there is a season 2 planned. We do have a contract that we can announce, and we can even have this just a growing, ever-growing format of utility in terms of play to earn and NFT based around the House of Dragon series, because it's got such a longevity as it could have multiple seasons, just as Games of Thrones did. So what do we do? Are we going to be like moving around at the moment? And that's what I think is the best thing to do, just to say, what can we do? But the ambition, I would say, Elon, would be to get those NFTs that we produce into the play to earn, and then be able to be utilized and have more utility themselves. So you've got NFTs that you can stake, NFTs that you can buy because they're interesting and they represent some format to a character or a TV show that's already hyped now. Not only that, but they're an interesting concept that hasn't really been seen within this character format yet. But of course, then you can then play them and use them in a play to earn game. So the ambition would be there, but it's about, is this the right time?
Cool. And like regarding to marketplace, are you going to be launching them on your app, or actually looking for some external marketplace to have them listed on?
Yeah, we're going to produce our own staking the app, and we're going to have all that internal. But of course, we're going to reach out to the different marketplaces. There was one that we were going to do quite early on, just as an open option to be able to get the word out. But of course, it moves in. If we were to go down the play to earn route, we would be able to produce our own marketplace as well. But I think it's healthier and it's better to, we all need marketing, right, to be able to get your product and your project out there. So what better to have your visual out there on multiple marketplaces so that people can see it, get bullish about it, and then feed themselves back into your project. So I think it's also a stealth strategic marketing approach to be able to do that. So I think putting your NFTs in multiple marketplaces can be an excellent move.
Right. So maybe once again, let's try to touch the events, and if you got like the dates or anything regarding to that, what should we look up for regarding to hot the community? So let's drop it hot.
Gosh, you know what? We are waiting for the hype to come. Let's not lie about that. Look across the board. Any House of Dragon related token, Tyranian token, anything when it comes to this type of genre. A lot of people moved into this space. Everybody's waiting. We're on episode 4. It comes on Sunday. If you haven't heard or seen, House of the Dragon TV series by HBO. Most viewed TV series by HBO. It's been trending on Twitter for a long time. It's been very hyped around the world. We're waiting for this to move into the crypto space. If things started to spice up a little bit more, dates would be something that we could give. But now we're moving as the episodes move. So when we launch the NFTs, again, we don't have dates for those. We're waiting for the right time. We're waiting for something that's going to make it valuable for what we need. So yeah, no initial dates. But again, like I say, we're just you have to be dynamic in the space, right? Of course, Bitcoin's pumping like crazy. It's excellent. What an awesome weekend we're going into, right? Look at all these markets pumping. But what do you do? You know, if you don't have hype? So you have to be like really, really, you know, calm. And I think you have to be composed. And one thing you don't want to be doing is acting. You need to just observe. And yeah, a lot of the investors are chilled. There's not many people with max bags. And a lot of people know what they're in. They know what they're buying now. They know they're buying a hype. And if that hype comes, it's going to produce exponential growth. And so within that, as a team, we need to then market to those people. So who are we marketing to right now? We're giving people the opportunity to buy exponential, you know, growth and X's, but they're not interested in that. They want something else because it's not a hype yet. So who can we sell our NFTs to? You know, who are we aiming for? Because we've told people this will be this, and it isn't. So now we're trying to get those people who aren't listening to us into something else. So it's about waiting for people to turn their heads, and when they turn their heads, we're going to catch their attention. And I think the way we've set it up, we can deploy really fast. Great.
Thank you, KJM. And now
Thanks.
We will move towards the F.A.T.E team. And also, we can say a free pay. So Gilded, Astro, I'm not sure if there is Vlad. This is your time. I don't think, yeah, Vlad is unmuted also. So all cool, guys. So once again, we know the F.A.T.E ecosystem a long time. We already hosted them for multiple podcasts. So just to remind all of you listening, F.A.T.E is an ecosystem with real business plans, strong community that is focused on building real world utilities. And if you many times heard Astro or Gilded Tolkien, they are just really, really awesome people around, full of bright with ideas. So guys, let's drop the news on the F.A.T.E ecosystem and the free pay. We could introduce the free pay also as it is tied to F.A.T.E, right? So just feel free to talk.
Sure. Well, I mean, FreePay is one of, I guess, 3 staple utilities that we're building all around the, and I'll just kind of refresh everybody where we're at. So we're basically building around 3 pillars, right? So we've got payments, we've got digital assets and intellectual property, and then we've got personal data. Between these 3 pillars basically encompasses all of the different activities and things that we do online, whether we're posting to a social network, whether we're doing payments, whether we're buying things. All of these things are kind of all treated under one umbrella, and we're building 3 staple utilities around each of these areas. FreePay is what we're most known for right now because that's the closest to market. We're currently in beta. We've got almost 300 users that are using FreePay right now for pretty interesting use cases as well. And we're continuing to develop that. Next couple months, working on scaling up our infrastructure so that we can handle a massive amount of traffic, because we do have some plans and deals that we're working on in the background, which we haven't released any details on yet, and which we're not going to release details on until we're absolutely ready. But in the meantime, we've been working and scaling and getting things ramped up for that. So there's a lot of things going on in the background. We recently decided to make some of our, what we used to be our team meetings, open to the public on Thursdays. So every Thursday from this point forward, we're going to have what we call the F.A.T.E kickback, where you can come and we're going to give you the latest news and announcements and what's going on with the project itself. And then you get to kind of hang out and ask questions to the entire team. All 8 members of the core team are going to be there every Thursday. So that should be pretty interesting.
Wow, that's something really great, Len. I think not a lot of teams doing that around. Just to mention, we are using the free pay also in Terra Hub, and I think it is like a very easy use, or how you can use. You simply register and you just click and it spawns the transaction in MetaMask, and it is all secured and very easy. So if you want to check that out, feel free to head over to F.A.T.E ecosystem Telegram, and it is very easy system to actually use. Gilded, you were talking about what's new, but regarding to the events, like have you any kind of events on the horizon that's upcoming for both F.A.T.E ecosystem and also the free pay?
I can't talk about specifics of what's actually going to be going on over the next couple of months, but we do have a bunch of things that are going to be happening over the next couple of months. Specifically, there's we're working on. You might have seen that we attended a basketball game, a celebrity charity basketball game. So we may or may not have an inside track into professional and college basketball, and I'll just say that. And we're going to be working on some different things over the next couple of months, as well as especially with the scaling side of things, because we have to make sure that we can handle a lot more traffic than we currently do. That's basically all I can really say as far as details is concerned. What I will say though is that if you want the up and current details, the best way to do that is to hit those Thursday kickbacks with the F.A.T.E team, where we'll be discussing what we can make public about these things as they're happening.
Right. We're talking about the users of the free pay. Like we can see that like Jesus, Funks using that. So like, where are you looking for the user base and how it's going so far?
It's going really good. I mean, we're not looking inside the crypto space as much as we're looking outside the crypto space, because 3Pay has always been more designed in a lot of ways to help onboard mainstream adoption. The presentation of it, the way that it simplifies things and makes it less about investing and more about just simple, it's money. This is money, and this is how you spend it, kind of a deal. And that's pretty much been our focus. So, we have been gaining members. We've been growing in a lot of different ways. We're working on a number of new features, like which would be appealing for your group and for the lounges, where you can book and schedule things right in 3Pay and handle all the payments directly in 3Pay. So there's a lot of interesting features coming in that regard as well. One thing I should note too, from your first speaker with the Bed Bath & Beyond gentleman. So they're talking about donations and handling donations, or working with Bed Bath & Beyond to help compensate the laid off workers. I think it's a great idea, first off. Secondly, we do have a pay it forward feature on 3Pay, which allows people to make donations to random people. You can also use 3Pay to handle donations. So there might be something there to work out if they're interested in using 3Pay. We recently just did our second 3Pay it forward which is where we give away 3 payments of $30 once a month on the 3rd. So on the 3rd of every month, we pay it forward to 3 people $30, and that's our baseline. And we're gonna ramp that up as we get more advertisers and sponsors and people interacting and partners, right? But every month we're going to have this major kind of event where we pay it forward to 3 people and utilize that feature and try to highlight and promote people to do things like that, right? To help each other and work together. And the other gentleman was talking about how the crypto spaces, and like a lot of people see it as in a negative light. I just want to remind people, I know this is a podcast talk, but I just want to remind people that the internet itself is in fact the problem, and that the internet itself was considered the scam back in the year 2000. I mean, all of the problems that we're going through in this space literally are part 2 of the internet itself. Every single headline, whether we're talking about fraud, whether we're talking about scams, whether we're talking about hacks, it's all the same as what happened in 2000. You couldn't convince businesses that they needed a website. They would respond with, we got a Yellow Pages ad. Those days are long gone, and now every single business is not a business unless they have a website. And we're going to witness the same thing with crypto. Things are going to turn around.
Yeah. Also, on that topic, it's the same thing about using your debit or credit card over the internet. There's a lot of fear of, I'm not putting my details on the internet because I don't know, where the security lies.
Now we have more information on the internet than we have anywhere else.
Right. Let's back to free pay, and I mean, what's been the feedback so far? Like, you're saying that the user base is expanding. So what users and their experience?
I mean, I'm getting a lot of great feedback. We're getting a lot of great feedback from the user experience. Our growth isn't fast because we're not really out there heavily promoting quite yet. That's going to come over the next couple of months. But it's good to grow slow because you can identify things and see what's going on as it's growing. A lot of people get caught up in the hype and trying to speed things up and take shortcuts. And I've been, I just keep pounding this brick by brick mantra since I started working for this project, just trying to tell people, like it's more important to pay attention to each little step that you're making. It doesn't have to happen overnight. And I know that's not necessarily what investors want to hear, what people want to hear in this space in particular. In the real world, more people identify with that. Things take time. And that's what we've been doing, is just grinding things out. So from a promotional standpoint, or from a user base perspective, we've got 250 members, or 250 users, I should say, of F.A.T.E. And the feedback that we get from all the people that we talk to, both in meetings and from users, is just fantastic. So we just have to keep fixing the little bugs and little quirks and just keep expanding and then growing and scaling it so that we can handle the traffic that we're going to be getting when we do start to do some major promotion. We're going to be doing press releases, like official press releases through PR channels. There's going to be lots of exposure coming when we're ready, but it's more about being ready as we possibly can, obviously, because Murphy's always going to find you. But be as ready as you possibly can, and then let it loose.
Right. Yeah. So I think this is from the F.A.T.E team, and it was quite exciting to hear how the FreePay is doing, since it is, let's say, the FreePay is kind of young, and I'm in love that it is expanding. The use case is right over there, and the feedback is on spot. So let's move to our known face, and that is Phoenix blockchain. So Spas, be ready. And just to remind everyone, Phoenix is a blockchain, and their team is just awesome. And we hosted them on multiple podcasts, so you may know or not yet the Spazitron. So Spas, hello, how is it going? Spazitron, you there? Let me just ping him on the main, so he know the deal. Or can you hear me, guys? Isn't that the network connection issue?
No, I can hear you, bro.
all good then. I'm gonna just ping him and let's see where he is. Like since I think it is early in over where Spot is based. So just to remind him, and we'll see. I think meanwhile the Spot is taking his time. Like so far, what's your experience with the Paladins of the Roundtable? And it is my first time doing this event. Just drafted that over the past 2 weeks. So I was thinking about giving a chance to our partners and projects that we've been working so far, a chance to drop the updates, talk about these, and have a talk. Also, guys, if there is any question from the community right now, feel free to just simply raise your hands, and we will be sure to answer your question. I've seen the General X wants to speak. So hi, you are able to speak now. Meanwhile, Spas is hello. Hi. So again, drop your questions, anything.
Yeah.
It is the time to talk over.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for the AMA. I wanted to ask concerning I think what's their name? The man that talked about the charity groups for children, charity auction. So I wanted to ask how they are going to make profits, because so many people invest in crypto because of the profits, and not necessarily just because of maybe charity and other stuff. So what is the structure for making profits on the project?
I think that is for the baby team, right? You mean the first
No,
speaker?
not the baby team. No, the second speaker.
Yeah. So John, this
Chain
one is for you.
collection. Yeah, chain collection.
Yeah. You ask how we're going to make money?
Yes, because I
charity?
understand. No, I mean I understand the part about your charity. You're having an auction that especially for charity for children. So I want to also know how are you going to make what is the other mechanisms you have for making profits for the project and for investors.
Oh, like that, the project itself. Well, yeah, because the charity part, that's an extra thing we have. As I said, if you have 500 C tokens, you can trade and do everything for free on the marketplace. If you don't have it, it's a 2% tax. So, and on the token itself, it's 4% tax on the token, but when you have those 500, you have them. You don't have to add. So that's how we make the profit.
Oh, that's very good one. Then also for BBBYC. I saw something. I went to their Twitter page, and I know that they are a meme token, and they are obviously looking good to get a lot of hype because every meme token that we've seen in the past, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, it was always the hype that pushed through for a meme token, not just utility. So on the Twitter page, we still do not have up to 100 followers. I understand that you are doing a lot of hype on your Telegram, which is very good work already. But what's the current plans for pushing the hype on the Twitter? Because I think when investors come to a project, the Twitter is like the first social media handle that we normally get to interact with most times.
Guys, well, I'm not sure if there are still some. Maybe you know what for the baby, just tag them on the mail and ask this way because I see that Jake needed to go off since he's meeting with the guy regarding the partnership, and I cannot see Matt's around. So just freely hit that in the main chat and they will respond, or in their Telegram, right?
All right, thank you, sir. I'll do that. So just one more question for K Jam.
Sure.
Yeah. So I really like the thought of getting one of the NFTs. I mean, the fact that they are the project that the movie series that they are labeling the project after is made by HBO alone is already a lot of good look for the project. I mean, that's already a lot of hype, and that means it always shows good signs for success and many people jumping in. So I would like to know exactly. I think you said in the next couple of 2 to 3 weeks that we'll be hearing more about the NFTs and all. So what exactly do I need to do to get my hands on one of your NFTs? Do I need whitelists, and how do I get whitelists? If so, how many? What is the total number of the collection? There's some details. I tried listening in, but I couldn't really get these particular details while you were speaking.
Awesome. Yeah, sure, General. The 600 will be the total. I mean, how do you get your hands on one? The best thing you can do is just follow the Telegram. And what you said about the hype, it's what we've been hearing, and it's what I believe too. What we're just having a conversation on daily, that it's there. But of course, how do these hypes transcend to the crypto space? We've all seen them. They do transcend. There is a bridge in some way. So what is that? Who moves it over? How does it happen? Sometimes just community involvement, sometimes just general stampede of something that just moves something in a space in a way that this can't ever be recreated. So right now, yeah, we're watching something unfold in the real world, and we're expecting it to become more of a hype. And so when those NFTs, when can they be launched? Let's say tomorrow, in an hour. That's how close we are. But we're waiting for the right time to be able to give them the ultimate glory in which they need to be able to shine in this hype. So best place is the Telegram. That's where we push most of our socials. Join our Telegram group, and then you'll be able to catch all of the information.
Wow, that's some really cool stuff. Just 600. I mean, it's going to be a mad rush for them. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thanks.
much, guys. Thank you, Tayara Hub, for organizing the podcast. It's really cool of you guys. So peace out.
Yeah, thank you. Like, this is why we do them, right? Like, we are trying to interact in between the communities, and not necessarily have only like the AMA spaces only, because it is really important to share ideas in between and to help push with other people, and we love to do that. Before I will move to another question, I see Sophie is raising the hand. Spazitron, you here or not? All right, I guess Paz fallen asleep or something happened. So we'll just move with the community and talk. So Sophie, I'm allowing you to speak, and just feel free to drop any question regarding any project, and we are here to discuss and answer.
Hello. Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Sophie. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I was actually listening. I've been listening to the speakers, and my question is actually for House of the Dragon. You know, it's a movie, and who doesn't like movies, actually? So I want to know, yeah.
Right.
Since it's based on a movie, like, how do you try to like sustain your project like for a long time? Is it just going to be like after the hype and then everything just goes down and then we don't hear anything about House of Dragon? Or what's the roadmap to keep the project like sustained for a long time? You know, if persons wants to
Yeah,
invest, so we can do what we want to do. Thank you.
that's a great one, Golden, and this is a fantastic conversation to have. Like, this is important. How do you have longevity of a project, especially on the in DeFi, on the Binance Smart Chain? All of these things about longevity, sustainability. I think what was exciting for me when it comes to what we call legacy hype or connecting yourself to something external is that, yeah, we've got 6 more weeks now of like token relevance. We're relevant because we're trending across the media, Twitter, possibly crypto. Hopefully it will come, and but other places. So that's token relevance. So there's a sustainable time period. Then you've got open information released by the TV show, and this is a TV series, so it's in season 1, and they're openly saying they're going to make number 2. And so this could go to 6 seasons, could go to 10 seasons. So essentially, the question would be, what happens in between seasons? So does this become an incubator, some sort of sleeping project in a way that's going to reemerge when the next season comes out? Like, there are so many questions and think tanks to be had and conversations to be had as to what happens in that dynamic of structure when you create a project around a TV series that's got that time period between different episodes and different seasons. So I think it's got more relevance to be alive long term than any token could have if somebody's created it themselves, that they're trying to get you to believe into it. And that's what's happening in this space right now. People are asking that, what is its relevance? So it's a little vague and experimental when you think about, well, it's based on that show, but it then gives it that length of timeline that could have that longevity, which is exactly the question that you're asking. And it's one that I hear all the time. So let's see what happens in between the seasons. But of course, we've got 6 more episodes. Let's say after those 6 episodes, we do have a hype in crypto, and it is a trend, and people do talk about it, and they do start to invest in this type of project. What happens when the TV series ends? And it's usually a year, right, to 2 years that they would time the different release. So then what happens in that time frame? That is a fantastic question. It's one I can't answer in detail now. I wouldn't want to. But one thing you can say early is that the contract can be renounced, the contract can be there, just sleeping, and the project can be kept alive in many different ways. And those ways in which to keep it alive is something that we've been looking at. But it would have to go down some form of community and some form of a regular trivia-based format, or some sort of giveaway whereby the funds and the taxes from the actual contract were distributed to the community that participate in daily activity within the Telegram, therefore giving the project or the smart contract a heartbeat in the time spaces between the episodes and the seasons. So yeah, long term, I think, Golden, but I love this kind of conversation. So thanks for that question.
That was a great idea you just said. So how do I join the community? Would you the link to the Telegram be dropped?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I think I should actually just once again post all the links to our host. So I'm doing that right now, and here you can find basically all the communities, all the links. So if you like the conversation ongoing or the ideas, just feel free to join, and you will find the speakers here, owners. So just join here, and that's it.
All right, thank you, Onan.
Thank you.
All cool. But this is like a good answer to you. Shall I move to another person, Coley? I guess it was. So I can see the Enoch Eve that is raising his hands to contribute to the discussion. So hey man, you are now unmuted, and feel free to drop your questions once again regarding any project, any guest we hosted today, and so feel free to ask. Maybe I should thank him if I mispronounce the name, right? So here you're allowed to speak, so feel free to drop your question. Like I'm always setting the VC to have all the participants muted, and I'm manually allowing to speak because sometimes like there is a lot of noise around if people are unmuted. So you got me. So right now you're allowed to speak, and feel free to ask the question if you dare.
Oh yeah, I think Hyperion just entered the chat on behalf of Crypto Phoenix.
Yes.
He raised his hand.
I see that. And so yeah, maybe if Enoch isn't there, I will allow to speak the.
Hello, I don't. Can you hear me? Hello.
Well, then speak freely and ask the question. We will move to Phoenix in the end.
All right, thank you very much. I listened to what you said. That's great stuff. So I don't know. I really want more insight on the matter of community. Community is very important in every project. So I want to know, during the time you build your project, do you take into account community feedbacks and demands? Like, do you have any plans to, attract more users into your project? So I just want to know.
All right, but which project you are asking that for? Like me personally, or any other else? Since
like you actually.
Okay. So actually, they've done with the private sales, and right now what we do is that I am having a whole advisory board around regarding the marketing, since I want to do whitelist and hyper launch on the Gempad. And right now we had a meeting yesterday with our CTO and the dev team, and we will be using some innovative ways to create a staking, proof of stake, and we will basically lay off all the tokens out of the chain and then mint them by block per block and raising the difficulty. So we are preparing for the launch. I think we will be ready to have the IDO in 2-3 weeks right now. Planning also a lot of marketing, but needed to cover well the advisory board around, since I don't want to have any kind of chance for some misdo regarding the marketing, especially these days, right? Because it is a very it is not cheap, and some channels are just full of bots and also not that important to have on board. So I am focusing rather on the backers, partnerships, currently talking with a lot of influencers, also callers. I want to basically have everything prepared regarding the supportive services like F.A.T.E. I want to have everything prepared regarding the influencers, launches around. simply to have a good base to be able to deliver on launch. Like this should be a low market cap launch. I didn't want it to do any stuff like the fair launch because it is just a cascade over cascade of red, right? So this should be a low market cap launch and rather build our way with the locking up the supply thanks to the mystery staking and incentivizing through the tokenomics. So we got a taxes set for the buy events and community events. So this should be some difference to the launches we are witnessing. Like a lot of these, for example, safe badges on Pink Sale are just dumping straight after the launch because it is seed dumping on private dumping on IDO sailors and IDO dumping on the buy power from the launch. So it is just leaving the project dead. And so I'm not that keen on raising any kind of stupid big money, but rather to use that smart way and focus on something that works, simply to build. As Gildet says, brick by brick. Same for the Tyra Hub. It wasn't easy at start to have this all cooperative way in between the owners and be partnered with such parties, pick great partners, and also push with others together. So this should be a great base despite the market where it is, and also the toxicity in the communities around or other parties to have launched a project that could have a chance to shine a bit. So this is my way of preparing for both the community and upcoming launch. Hope this answered your question.
Yeah, you did. Thank you very much for the detail.
Thank you. And right now, I see Hyperion ready. So Hyperion, you there?
Yes, I'm here, and it looks like RXB joined me too. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Great. Thank you, Hyperion. So we left the Phoenix blockchain to the end. And once again, to remind, it is a blockchain building a lot of cool stuff, and hopefully we'll be cooperating together in the future also. So Hyperion, what's the news in the Phoenix blockchain, and what should we look for and be ready to watch over in the community?
Yeah. So hi, I'm Hyperion from Phoenix Blockchain. For those that don't know me, I'm one of the co-hosts of the We Burn, We Rise show. That's our weekly podcast. It's on our YouTube. We are a EVM-based blockchain. So if you have an Ethereum address, you likely have a Phoenix address as well. You just don't have our chain recognized on your wallets, such as MetaMask, RYIPay. The newest things that have been happening with Phoenix, we just had our fork at 2 million blocks. What that means is we have now changed our rewards from 2 Phoenix per block down to 1 Phoenix per block for the node holder. Oh, hello? Uh-oh. 1 second.
Hello. We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
All good? Yeah.
No, for some reason it was hanging up. Sorry about that. So 1 Phoenix per block for node holders. Also, with the fork, we now have gas estimation on our chain. We have a small little burn feature happening with each transaction. It's tiny, but over time, I think it'll still help with the overall supply. Our circulating supply with this fork, this halvening that happened, and the future halvenings at every 2 million blocks thereafter will probably, most likely for the next 100 years, keep us at 10 million or less supply. So stuff is happening. We have our DEX that was recently launched as well. So the Phoenix team has a lot planned. We have a IPFS system that belongs to us and our community. What that means is you own your own NFTs instead of relying on third party. And for those that don't know, IPFS is interplanetary file system. It's where the files actually reside. So they don't reside on the blockchain. They pull from the IPFS and verify through that mechanism. So we have a lot of stuff planned. We have our tracking that just came out as well, Fire Tools, which tracks the projects and that deploy on our chain. We have a static 1 gas fee for transactions, which is something like 0.0000021 PHX per transaction. And we are here to help people build. That's the whole thing about Phoenix Blockchain is we don't want prohibitive gas fees to stop projects from growing, from building, and we are community run as well. So we didn't come out and start with funding of any kind. We just started building, and we have been since the inception of Phoenix Blockchain. So nice to see 3Pay also, and F.A.T.E, and you guys. Always love to talk with you guys. You guys are great with what you're doing, and yeah.
Yeah, it was a great talk so far.
Sorry, I lost you again.
Yeah.
I was going to say that if anybody wants to add the Phoenix blockchain to the MetaMask, they can easily do so with 3Pay. Just a shameless
Yes, and well, shameless plug. You guys integrated us seemingly over an hour, so other places are like, "Oh, we're going to need a whole week to integrate your chain." Why? What? You have all the necessary details, right? But yeah, 3Pay is wonderful.
Great. And any news regarding the NFT marketplace? I'm especially watching and looking for.
Yes, so yeah, we have been working on the NFT marketplace. It's not so much a software part that's holding us up. Phoenix Blockchain is legally but we have completed our foundation paperwork, and we are completely under a foundation. And so there is a little bit of legality when it comes to something like an NFT marketplace. So we are working on the legal side before we actually release the product of the NFT marketplace ourselves. So that's the holdup. It's not the software side really. It's really the legality of having something like an NFT marketplace and the different scrutiny from the different governments. We are our foundation is based in the Netherlands. There will be a separate Friends of Foundation in the U.S. and then plans for other incorporating FireSwap, incorporating FireC, which is the NFT marketplace, FireSwag, which is the merchandise marketplace, so it's a physical marketplace, and then the IPFS being also registered as a separate company, et cetera, et cetera. So it's more legality that's holding us up. So that's a soon TM. I don't know.
I think that's covered it well. I mean, what's been new like past week since I've been watching the chart of the Phoenix, and it just spiked up, right?
Well,
so
the fork.
What was the news?
So the fork happened. So since there's only one Phoenix being generated every 12 seconds per block, the amount of Phoenix coming to the market has cut in half, and with that also some of the node holders that were original node holders have been kind of let go, or they've kind of went their own way. So we have we've found a new direction. I want to say it's getting a little bit of a stronger movement towards what our end goal is, and the market is starting to recognize us, and there's just less Phoenix going around. So.
Right.
And we just released Diamond Apps, which is a staking platform too. So, I mean, we did a bunch of different stuff in the last couple. Yeah.
Right. I mean, to add on, like, if you got any dates for the events, we should look for in the Phoenix blockchain. Like, have you got any dates that are important to Phoenix?
Any future dates? So. The halvening is set to happen every 2 million blocks, which is less than a year. Every year, it's going to have another halvening until we decide whether or not we pursue POS at the time with another fork, or if we continue with the diminishing returns. The other thing, we don't have a concrete date on this, but the thing that we are focusing on the most right now is our release of Golden Phoenix, which is GPHX. That's going to be a governance token on our chain. So it will involve the community in voting for the future of the chain and voting for different things that will come up. There will be a foundation that will have a non-for-profit foundation that has its own directive with the chain, but the governance token will allow every user to vote on maybe marketing funds or the direction of our NFT marketplace, things like that. So that's going to be the next thing that is the next thing that we are working on getting out. I don't have a date because when you give dates, it always messes up. It never happens. You always have delays. So soon we're working on it. We have been testing it. So the governance token is the next focus. After that, more on FireC, more on IPFS.
Right, correct. So guys, this was a Phoenix blockchain, and so I think this Paladins of the Roundtable should be informational. Keep it like that. I love the discussion with you guys. Also, thank you for all the contributions regarding to the discussion, and I think it was a great point from you guys from the community. So also, I want to thank to all of the guests we've hosted today. So thank you for the baby team coming around. Also the chain collection. Also want to thank the Phoenix blockchain F.A.T.E team and Hotby. I think it was a great discussion, and hope like this is not the last roundtable we've done here over in Sayara. And you could also look forward the podcast. I plan to host one on a Sunday. Yet I will crystallize the theme and the guests also. But once again, guys, thank you for coming around. I think it was a great discussion over, and this is your time to say goodbye with the community and have a great rest of the evening or day wherever you're based.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for bringing me in, and look forward to future roundtables.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Well said.
All right,
me
guys.
too.
All right. So thank you, and see you next time. Goodbye.